Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at two of the most fundamental forces we experience every single day, the speed of light and the speed of sound. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a lightning storm, a firework display, or the night sky the same way again. Let's get into it. Sound travels at around 343 meters per second. That's about 1,235 kilometers per hour, faster than any commercial airplane, and fast enough that fighter jets have to work incredibly hard just to break that barrier. Pretty impressive, right? Now, light. Light travels at 299,792,458 meters per second. That's over 1 billion kilometers per hour. To put that into perspective, if sound were a bicycle, light would be every rocket ever launched, all going in the same direction at the same time. These two speeds are not even in the same conversation. But here's the cool part. You actually see this difference play out in everyday life all the time. Let's start with the most classic example, lightning and thunder. When lightning strikes 1 kilometer away, you see the flash almost instantly. Light covers that distance in about 0.000003 seconds. Basically, the moment it happens, your eyes already have the image. Sound, on the other hand, takes about 3 full seconds to travel that same kilometer. That's why the old counting trick works. When you see lightning, start counting. Every 3 seconds between the flash and the thunder equals roughly 1 kilometer of distance. Light delivers the image immediately. Sound is still on its way. A football stadium as an example. If you're sitting 150 meters back from the pitch or the field, the sound of a kick or a hit reaches you about half a second after you see it happen. It sounds tiny, but it's actually very noticeable in real life. Your eyes and ears are receiving information at completely different times. And fireworks. Same thing. You see the explosion light up the sky, and then a moment later the boom arrives. The further away you are, the bigger that gap. Some people standing far from a display experience delays of 5, 6, even 7 seconds. The light gets there first. The sound is playing catch up. Okay, now let's leave Earth, because this is where things get really interesting. The moon is roughly 384,000 kilometers from Earth, though this does vary throughout the year since the orbit is not a perfect circle. Light makes that journey in about 1.3 seconds. So when you look up at the moon tonight, you are seeing it exactly as it was 1.3 seconds ago. Now, sound. Sound would take approximately 18,678 minutes to reach the moon. That is around 13 days. 13 days for sound to reach the moon, and just to be clear, sound cannot actually travel through the vacuum of space at all. There is no medium for it to move through, so this is completely hypothetical. But that number alone tells you everything you need to know about the gap between these two speeds. Now, the sun. The sun sits roughly 150 million kilometers away. Light covers that distance in about 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So right now, as you look at the sun, you are seeing it as it was over 8 minutes ago. You are literally looking into the past. Sound would take approximately 13.9 years to make that same trip. A child born today would be a teenager by the time sound arrived at the sun. Let's keep going. Let's take a quick tour through the solar system. Mars. Depending on where both planets are in their orbit, light takes between 3 and 22 minutes to reach Mars. Sound would take anywhere from 5 to 37 years. Jupiter. Light arrives in about 43 minutes at its closest point. Sound would take over 800 years. Further back in history than the Aztec Empire. Saturn. Light takes about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Sound would need roughly 1,500 years. That takes us all the way back to the fall of the Roman Empire. Uranus. Light takes nearly 3 hours. Sound would take over 4,500 years, before the Egyptian pyramids were even built. And Neptune, the outermost planet of our solar system. Light takes about 4 hours. Sound, around 7,500 years. We are talking about prehistoric humanity. And yet light crosses all of those distances like they are nothing. Here is the thought that I find most incredible about all of this. When you look up at the night sky, everything you are seeing is the past. The stars you are looking at might be thousands of light years away. Some of them might not even exist anymore. They could have exploded or collapsed long ago, and the light from that event is still traveling toward us right now. We are, in a very real sense, reading ancient messages from across the universe. Sound connects us to the world right around us, but light connects us to the cosmos. So next time you see lightning before you hear thunder, or you catch a firework exploding in silence for just a moment, you will know exactly what is happening. Light is already there. sound is catching up. And out in space, sound does not even bother showing up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing for more content just like this. Drop a comment below and let me know which fact blew your mind the most. See you in the next one.